In March, we set off on an exciting road trip from Bangalore to the breathtaking Sripuram Golden Temple. It was a beautiful Sunday morning, the perfect weather to begin our journey. What made this trip truly special was the adventure we experienced along the way. I started recording this journey after we crossed the Hoskote toll plaza because the road from Bellathure or Whitefield to Hoskote is a common weekend route for most Bangalore trips. If you're curious about that section, you can find footage of it in my other videos. From speeding along the highways to passing through peaceful villages, dense forests, and even a wildlife sanctuary, the drive had it all. We crossed hilly terrains that gave us some unforgettable views. The weather kept changing throughout the trip. We experienced everything, from sunny skies to thick fog and cloudy, overcast moments. It felt like nature was giving us a little show along the way. But the highlight of the trip was, without a doubt, the Sri Lakshmi Devi Golden Temple. It's a sight that words can hardly do justice to. Absolutely spectacular and a must-visit for anyone. So, make sure to watch the entire video to catch all the details about the road trip and the temple itself. And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It'll motivate me to keep creating more adventures like this for you. Let's take a look at the road map. The journey from Kadugodi, Bangalore to the temple covers approximately 192 kilometers and should take around 4 hours, depending on road conditions. We travelled through Hoskote and Kolar, heading towards Palmanar. From there, we turned onto Palmanar Road and passed through the beautiful Kondinya Wildlife Sanctuary. With its stunning hills and forests adding an extra touch of adventure. We crossed the Palar River and after Palikonda, we turned left onto the Kandaneri Highway. Finally, we continued on the Krishnagiri Trunk Road, also known as Golden Temple Road or Sripuram Main Road, which took us straight to our destination. The temple gate is conveniently located just beside the main road on the left. Once you enter through the main gate, you can book tickets for the visit and prasadam if you wish. There's also a large parking area for visitors. From the entrance, you head straight to the octagonal pathway, which eventually brings you to the Lakshmi temple entrance. That's a quick overview of our route. Now, let's dive into the journey video. It was a beautiful Sunday morning on the 7th of March 2019 around 7:25 am. As you can see, the highway looks absolutely spectacular, bathed in golden sunlight from the east. The entire atmosphere feels fresh and calm, perfect for a road trip like this. The sun rising over the horizon creates a magical start to our journey. Now, as we head towards the Sripuram Golden Temple, let me share a fascinating story about the temple's history and goddess Lakshmi herself. According to legend, goddess Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, prosperity and fortune. Devotees believe that visiting the Sripuram Golden Temple brings not just material prosperity, but also spiritual abundance. One of the unique features of the temple is its octagonal design, which symbolizes harmony and balance. As visitors approach the temple, they walk along a star-shaped pathway that stretches for 1.8 kilometers. This pathway is not just a physical route. It represents a spiritual journey, guiding devotees closer to divinity with every step. It's said that Sri Sakthi Amma, the spiritual leader who envisioned this temple, created it with the divine guidance of goddess Lakshmi herself. This temple is not just about its golden beauty. It also represents the journey to inner peace and spiritual growth. As you walk along the star-shaped pathway leading to the main shrine, you are believed to be leaving behind worldly desires and moving closer to divinity. Many visitors feel a deep sense of connection with goddess Lakshmi during their visit, as the temple radiates an aura of positivity and peace. It's a place where people come not just for blessings, but to reflect on their lives and seek inner transformation. Up until this point, the golden morning sun was continually lighting up our journey, casting a beautiful, warm glow over everything. It felt like the perfect day for a road trip, and the atmosphere was just right. But as we crossed the Mulbagal Toll Plaza, the weather took a dramatic turn. Suddenly, a thick, dense fog rolled in from nowhere, enveloping the entire area. This fog was so heavy that it stretched for about 15 kilometers, and for nearly 20 minutes, we found ourselves navigating through this almost blinding mist. I have to say, I've experienced sudden weather changes before, going from sunny skies to a downpour, for instance, but I've never encountered such a swift transition from bright sunshine to a deep, enveloping fog, especially in March. It was like nature was putting on a show, and we were caught right in the middle of it. As you can see in the video, the fog was so thick that we could barely make out what was right in front of us. Our visibility dropped to less than 10 meters, which made it a pretty risky drive. Every turn felt uncertain, and we had to be extremely cautious as we continued along the highway. You could feel the tension in the air as we all concentrated on the road ahead, hoping for a glimpse of sunlight. But after what felt like an eternity, we slowly began to cross through the foggy patch. Little by little, the dense mist started to thin out, and just when we thought we'd never see it again, the sunlight began to break through. The warmth of the sun flooded back into the car, lifting our spirits and revealing the beautiful landscape once more. It was a surreal experience, reminding us just how quickly nature can change and the beauty of each moment on this journey. As we continued our thrilling drive towards the divine Shripuram Golden Temple dedicated to Goddess Lakshmi, I couldn't help but feel that this journey was infused with spiritual energy. Perhaps it was the anticipation of reaching such a sacred place that heightened our experience. Navigating through the thick fog felt like a metaphor for life's challenges, reminding us to seek the light, both literally and spiritually. Each twist and turn symbolized our own journey, bringing us closer to a place of divine blessings and tranquility. This drive became more than just a physical journey. It transformed into a spiritual pilgrimage. The thrill of the road, paired with the promise of the divine, made this experience unforgettable, reminding me that the path we travel is just as meaningful as the destination itself. We took a short break here before continuing our journey, and by the time we resumed, the fog had lifted and the sunlight returned. In next few minutes, we will be taking right to Palmanar. Now, we've entered Palmana Road, which will take us through the scenic Kondinya Wildlife Sanctuary, as well as across the Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu state border. We're currently passing through the Pengra Gunta area, known for its natural beauty and serene landscapes. Here, we're crossing the Kondinya River, which is almost completely dried up in this March season. This spot falls under the Kondinya Wildlife Sanctuary, and you can see the Forest Department's signage on the board ahead. There's also a small dargah just beside the road, a peaceful landmark. I've included the location link in the description to help you easily trace this route. As we drive, you'll notice monkeys lounging around on the road and scattered here and there. It adds a bit of charm to the wildlife experience. There's some ongoing road construction deep in the forest here, as the heavy rains damaged the road, making repairs necessary. We're also passing the Kalvapalli Elementary School, which serves the local community and sits just off the road. We're now approaching the Sri Domara Papam Temple, a place rich in history. Just ahead, there's a checkpost as we're about to cross the Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu state border, where the deep, hilly forest begins. The state police stopped us briefly for a casual check, asking for basic details like where we're coming from and where we're headed. This part of the journey through the hilly forest is absolutely breathtaking. The road is a single lane, mostly empty, and surrounded by dense forest that's dried out in the March heat. We're driving at around 60 to 80 kilometers per hour, enjoying the twists and turns of the road. The surrounding views are just stunning, and I can only imagine how much more beautiful this area would be in autumn, when the scenery would be even more spectacular. You might notice that there are very few vehicles passing through here. So, make sure your car is in good condition, because a breakdown in this remote area could be problematic. There are no street lights along this road as it's part of a wildlife forest, so I would recommend avoiding it in the evening. Since we started early in the morning, we decided to take this shortcut, making the most of the daylight. Now we're crossing the Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu state border along the Palmana-Gudiyatam road, which runs through a dense forest area. The roads on the Tamil Nadu side are much better maintained, with concrete guardrails about 2.5 feet high to protect against landslides and prevent major accidents. We've passed the Andhra Pradesh Border Police checkpost as we entered Tamil Nadu. This area falls under the Senegunda forest, part of the Gudiyatam block in the Vellore district of Tamil Nadu. It's about 35 kilometers west of Vellore and 176 kilometers from Chennai, the state capital. Senegunda is a reserved forest area, and its PIN code is 632601, with the nearest postal office in Dharnampet. After entering Tamil Nadu, the environment changed dramatically. Here, we're surrounded by lush greenery, and driving on the peaceful Krishnagiri road feels like a breath of fresh air. Tall, old trees line both sides of the road, creating a natural canopy that provides shade and coolness. The sunlight filters through the leaves, casting mesmerizing patterns on the road, making this part of the journey truly magical. You can clearly see the difference between the two states. When we were crossing Andhra Pradesh, the surroundings were dry and barren. But here in Tamil Nadu, even in the month of March, you can see how much greener and more serene the landscape is. It's a perfect example of how the environment can change so quickly between regions. As we drive through this peaceful and beautiful stretch of road, it really feels like we're on a pathway to heaven. The big trees on both sides of the road create a natural arch above us, making it feel like we're under a protective canopy. Sunlight filters through the leaves, casting gentle shadows on the road, giving it a calm and magical feel. It's almost as if the road is telling us to slow down and enjoy this special moment. These tall trees have likely seen many travelers on their way to the sacred Sri Lakshmi Narayani Golden Temple. In their shade, you feel safe and at peace, like nature itself is blessing the journey. Every turn on this road brings us closer to the temple, and it feels like the earth is guiding us towards something sacred. The fresh, cool air and the quietness of the surroundings make it easy to feel connected to nature. It's as if the trees are watching over us, making sure we reach our destination safely. The drive itself becomes part of the spiritual experience, not just the destination. This journey feels special, and it's almost as if nature is celebrating our path to the temple. Finally, we've arrived at our destination, the Sri Lakshmi Narayani Golden Temple. I've shared my experiences throughout this journey and tried to guide you with the best route and tips along the way. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye for now.